Thank you for joining me. We're taking a look at this game between Lu Miaoyi, playing the black pieces actually, and Yining Chen. Lu Miaoyi is now the national champion of China at just 14 years old. So I'm showing you her games. So she's playing the black pieces. Let's go ahead and get right into the game. This is one of the games for the Chinese chess champion. Yaning, who is a master, or international master, plays d4. Lu Mayi goes with knight to f6. We got an Indian game, and now pawn to c4 by the international master. Lu Mayi goes with e6, and now we have knight to c3 by the international master. Lu Mayi plays pawn to d5, striking at the center right away. These are all book moves. That's what that little symbol means. These are like known master moves. We have c takes c5, c takes d5 by the international master. Lu Mayi plays e takes d5. By the way, Lu Mayi has recently attained the title of woman grandmaster. So she's rated 2437. So she's approaching like straight up grandmaster, but technically she is a woman grandmaster. Is Lu Mayi the national champion of China? We have knight, or we have e takes on d5 by Lu Mayi, and then we have bishop to f4 by the international master. Lu Mayi plays bishop to b4. This is being called an inaccuracy, saying it would be better just to play bishop to d6, offering a trade of pieces, basically forcing a trade of pieces, which is generally good for black. White has a little bit of an advantage, so if you can trade off, then you're more likely to get a draw. That's kind of how the top level plays. Anyway, we'll continue. Lu Mayi doesn't want to draw. She plays bishop to b4, and we'll continue. We have queen to b3 by the international master. This has been called a mistake. She should have instead went ahead and developed her bishop. So pawn to e3 makes more sense because simply Lu Mayi can just go ahead and play pawn to c5 here. And yeah, it's kind of hard to see it, but this just wins material in the long run. So pawn to c5, a brilliant move here, a great move. We now have bishop takes on b8 by the international master. So bishop takes knight, and yeah, this is an excellent move. There's nothing wrong with it. We continue with rook takes on b8 by Lu Mayi, and now pawn takes on c4. I should say d takes on c4 by the international master. Now queen to a5 by Lu Maoyi, and pawn to a3 by the international master. And Lu Maoyi now wins that pawn. So we have bishop takes on c5, and now finally pawn to e3 by the international master. Now, actually, at this point, it's better for white to go ahead and force a queen trade with queen to a4, forcing the trade. But we continue. Lu Maoyi castles, which is definitely what you want to do in this position. And now now the international master does again go for the trade. So queen to b5. Lu Maoyi doesn't want to trade. She plays queen to c7. She's in it for the win. Lu Maoyi is trying to win this game, as she won a lot of the games in this tournament. So yeah, queen to c7 played by Lu Mayi, and now knight to f3, often the best move you can play if you can play it. And by the way, that little star means that's the best possible move in the position. Lu Mayi now plays bishop to g4, saying it might have been better just to go ahead and threaten the queen with bishop to d7. So Lu Mayi's move is good, but yeah, the bishop to d7, the computer believes is better. Bishop to e2 is really the only move to play here, and it's played by the international master. Lu Mayi goes ahead and captures with bishop takes f3. We have bishop takes f3 by the international master, and then Lu Mayi pushes her pawn to d4. The international master captures with e takes d4. We have bishop takes d4 by Lu Mayi, and then castles by the international master. And everything's pretty much even. Technically, Lu Maoyi is just a little bit better. As you can see kind of on the left there, if it was even, it would be between 4 and 5, and it's a little darker. Black is just slightly better here. We have bishop captures on c3 by Lu Maoyi. This is like classic Lu Maoyi. She like destroys pawn structure and then picks you apart. That's how she wins chess games. So now, yeah, we have doubled isolated pawns by white. Everything else is dead equal. It shouldn't make that much of a difference, right? In fact, white has the bishop versus the knight. It seems like white could, is still doing okay. And you can see the computer says that Lu Maoyi is just a little bit better, but she makes herself a lot better. We have knight to d7 by Lu Maoyi, and then rook f to e1 by the international master. Really, any rook to that square was fine. We have knight to c5 by Lu Maoyi, actually saying this is a mistake. She should have just moved to the more comfortable f6, but we'll continue. We have rook to rook A to D1 by the international master, which is an excellent move. And by the way, that arrow suggests what might be the absolute best move, but yeah, in this case, they're pretty close to being as good. Lu Maoyi goes ahead and attacks the queen with pawn to A6, and the international master moves her queen back to C4. Now Lu Maoyi plays pawn to b5, attacking the queen. Of course, she's got to move. She moves all the way over to g4, and Lu Maoyi now plays her knight to a4. Like I said, she just like destroys your pawn structure and just picks you apart. This seems like weak, kind of like knight to a4, but it's the best move. That is the best move. Like usually you don't want to move your knight to the edge, but you're just going to win that pawn. There's no way to save the pawn. We have queen to d7 by white being called an inaccuracy, but she's just trying to trade queens. It wouldn't be such a big deal if the queens weren't on the board. So that's what she's going for here. Lu Maoyi just goes ahead and picks up that c3 pawn. So queen takes c3, and now rook to e3, the best possible move, is played by the international master. Lu Maoyi moves her queen to the strange a5, saying, the engine says c5 would be better. It's interesting. Yeah, it seems really awkward to put it on a5. We now have pawn to h4 by the international master, saying better just go ahead and play queen to a7, but we continue. Now, Lu Maoyi, technically, this is a miss. She should have instead played knight to b2, as you see there. And it says knight to b2 would be better. It just guarantees the win of the pawn, which Lu Maoyi ends up picking it up anyway with her route. So we'll just continue with that. We now have queen to b7 by the international master, and Lu Maoyi attacks the rook with rook to c4, and the international master moves her rook to e7. Lu Maoyi now offers the rook trade with rook a to d8, and the international master accepts. Lu Maoyi captures back, so rook takes d8, queen takes d8, and now queen to c5 by the international master. Lu Maoyi goes ahead and plays rook to e8, which is the best move in the position, and the international master does capture with rook takes e8. We have queen takes e8, which is forced by Lu Maoyi, and now pawn to g3 by the international master. This is the best possible move. Once again, we have offer of a queen trade by Lu Maoyi, queen to f8. The international master does not want it. Instead goes after the pawn with queen to a7. Lu Maoyi captures the a pawn, and now we have queen back to a8 by the international master. Lu Maoyi now blocks. It's a forcing move, queen to f8. We have queen captures a6 by the international master, getting a pawn back, and now Lu Maoyi plays queen to b8, defending her pawn. We have bishop to d5 by the international master, and now Lu Maoyi plays knight to d6. We have queen to c6 by the international master, and then Lu Maoyi goes ahead and makes herself some luft, L-U-F-T, which which is like space for the king, with pawn to h5. And now we have bishop back to b3 by the international master. Lu Maoyi pushes her pawn to g6, connecting the pawns, best possible move. And now queen to c2 by the international master. Lu Maoyi plays the best possible move, king to h7. And then the international master also plays the best possible move, queen to c6. And Lu Maoyi plays queen to d8. And I should say Yining Chen plays queen to d5, being called an inaccuracy. Bishop to c2 would have been a better move, but Lu Maoyi now plays king to g7 and now queen to c5 by Yining Chen, the international master. Best possible move. Queen to f6 by Lu Maoyi, being called a mistake. Just queen to e7, slightly better move. And now the international master makes a mistake with bishop to d5. And Lu Maoyi plays queen to e5. We now have queen to c6 by the international master. And Lu Maoyi just goes ahead and pushes her pawn to b4. King now to h2 by the international master. And now Lu Maoyi plays knight to f5. Queen back to b7 for Yining is the best possible move. And Lu Maoyi goes ahead and offers a queen trade with queen to e7. She's got that pass pawn. That's kind of her golden child. So she's happy with the queen trade. White does not want a trade, plays queen to b6, and Lu Maoyi now plays queen to d7, which is being called a mistake. She should have instead played queen to e5, but we'll continue with what happened on the board. The international master plays queen to c5, and Lu Maoyi offers the queen trade once again with queen to d6. And again, the international master, Yining, does not want that, so she plays queen to b4. This is the queen to c4. This is the best possible move. Lu Maoyi plays queen to e5, and then the international master plays queen to g2. Lu Maoyi now positions her knight on d4, and the international master plays the best possible move, queen to a2. We now have pawn to b3 by the international master. And yeah, the international master, Yining, goes ahead and captures. Bishop takes on b3. Lu Maoyi plays queen to e4 check. And king back to g1 by Yining. Lu Maoyi now plays knight to f3 check. And Yining plays the best possible move in the position, just king to f1, queen to e1 check, and now forced is Yining to play queen to g2. Now knight to d2 by Lu Maoyi, and Yining plays queen to b2. Again, the best possible move in this position. And if you look at the evaluation, it's pretty close. And technically, black is winning, but not by very much. Lu Maoyi now goes ahead and pushes the pawn to f6, and yeah, Yining finally blunders on move 55. 55 moves in the game. She lost her vigilance, and Lu Maoyi is going to go ahead and pounce. Queen to c3 was a blunder. She should have instead played bishop to d5, but that's not what happened. She played the blunder, queen to c3, and Lu Maoyi plays queen to f1 check. Yining Chen resigns the game. And really, there's just nothing to be done here. You're going to have to sacrifice the queen, because after king to h2, queen takes f2, king is forced to go to h3, queen back to f1 by black, and the king would have to come back, and knight to f3 would be checkmate. So the only response is to actually capture with the queen, and then it's just queen versus a bishop, which is a fun game for black to play. So yeah, Lu Maoyi won this one, as she did many other games in this tournament. In fact, I think she won 9 games, which is by far the most in the tournament. Lu Maoyi is now the women's national champion of China at just 14 years old. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to be sharing all of her games that she played in this tournament. I have a ton more of her games if you're interested in checking out Lu Maoyi's games. I mean, being national champion of China is a big deal. The Chinese are, on average, the best at chess. Yeah, China is a big contender in the chess arena. So this is spectacular that Lu Maoyi, this 14-year-old girl, is now the national champion of China. Anyway, thank you for joining me for that. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.